Hey, Be Swift here with your weekly update. Our backer kit campaign is over. However, you can still go and pre-order some things. So check it out. We'll have a link in the description. If there's something that you missed, or if you want to just grab one of the things or you want to, whatever, you can still pre-order for about another month, though the campaign itself is over. I'm not 100% sure what the distinction is, but my team does, and they can answer what the distinction is for you. Wind and Truth. Brandon, not Be Swift, has been working hard on it, and it is at Bing 100% for the 3.0 revision. I finished that over the weekend and have turned that in, and now I'm on to the 4.0 revision. However, as you watch this, I'm actually on vacation. I have gone for spring break with my kids, and theoretically, on the drive there, my goal is to have finished my revision of Skyward Legacy, which is at Bing 72% currently. Hopefully by next week, I will have all of that done, and then I'll have made some progress on the 4.0 draft. I'm going to need some writing retreats in the future to finish that off because I'm going to lose a week, but, my kids are worth it. So, Dragonsteel Prime, ebook and audiobook, is available for free, both on our store and on the campaign. You do not have to have backed to read it. This is an early book of mine, written right after Elantris, but before I worked on Way of Kings Prime. So if you're interested, this is a fun relic of the past. It shouldn't spoil too much for future books. In fact, I don't think it'll spoil anything now. I think everything that was in there, maybe a little bit for the eventual Dragonsteel book that I will someday write. Like I said, pre-order store is open for late pledges if you missed out. If you've backed the campaign, you should have access to this as soon as surveys are sent next week. Backer kit will need about a week to charge your cards, so be careful or be aware that that's coming. They'll do them in batches, so it'll take about a week to get through all of them. With all the buzz around the backer kit campaign, we decided to extend the application deadline to give people a bit more time to volunteer at our convention or to submit a exhibitor application. So try to get your applications in soon if you'd like to participate with Dragonsteel, our convention with us this year. So I'm going to C2E2 in Chicago. This is a Comic-Con style convention in Chicago. We've got a couple things about that for you. If you are attending and want to get a signing ticket with me, we're doing these all online now. As I said before, and so the traditional signings, they open today at 3 p.m. That's their time, Central Daylight Time. The Lightning signing reservations will open tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Just remember, tickets will not be available at the booth. So go to the link in the descriptions and get your ticket. They do go quickly, particularly for the traditional signings. I try to get to as many people I can with the Lightning signings. A couple of things that we're doing at the convention this year, at C2E2, at that convention. The first is, let me talk a little bit about sales on Sunday. Now, I know a lot of you think this is a silly quirk of mine, but I take to heart the fact that the Bible says, hey, if you're in charge of something, don't force your people to work on Sunday. There are very few things about religion that I think I would ever want to enforce on anyone else, if anything. But as the owner of a company, I feel like that's a good rule for just worldwide. Give people time off. Don't make them work all the time. I think that's a life lesson, not just from, like the Ten Commandments, but for all people who own companies should be paying attention to giving more time to the employees. And so in the past, I have not had sales on Sunday. It was entirely performative on our part. Why was that? Well, because the conventions that we go to require us to have a booth that is open, even if we're not doing sales. And they require us to, do setup and takedown. It's just part of going to convention. So for years, I've had this sort of conundrum where it's like, yes, I look like I'm following the rules, but in reality, all of my employees still have to work. And that never sat right with me. And so we're trying something new this time. I have told the team they need to take extra people and I've told them that they need to enforce everybody, regardless of a religious affiliation or not, to take some time during the convention to go enjoy themselves, to see the city, to go to the con. We're not going to let them, they're not allowed to work the whole time. That way, those who would like to have time off to go to church, or who would rather just take all of Sunday off for religious reasons, or Saturday or Friday off for religious reasons, or if they're not religious, they are not getting discriminated against, they can take a day off if they want, and we will force them indeed to take some time off and enjoy going to the city that we're seeing. I find this, even though it turns into us then having sales on Sunday, following the spirit of this rule, way better. It no longer feels performative. It feels like, this is what it's there for, is let the people who are religious have the time off for religious observance and make everybody take it a little bit easier and not have to work so hard. So this is what we're trying at C2E2 this year. Everybody is required to take some time off, including me, so that we can enjoy going to the convention rather than just working the entire time. So let me know how you feel about that, and let me know how it works out. That does mean that the booth will be doing sales on Sunday and Saturday and Friday. So those of you who are religious, pick the day that you feel comfortable visiting a convention in a booth, and we will be open for you there. At that booth, we're going to do a little bit of one of the things we've wanted to do is at our own convention, we do these cool con games. We can't do a full-blown one at someone else's convention, but we want to ease into trying some of these things. So there will be a way to do kind of a little bit of a mini quest system / sort of little bit of a version of a game like we do at our conventions, where you collect things and then trade them in and whatnot, happening at our booth. This won't involve me necessarily, though I've been able to offer some quests. My quests are all going to be finding specific magic cards for me. These are all cards that are not very expensive. But if you have old cards and you want to bring your collection, there's a chance that one of the quests will be find Brandon this 15-cent card that he decided that he wants for whatever reason. There will be quests for non-magic players or people without collections as well. But there will be a large list of magic-related quests for you and some fun little things that you can earn like we've done at our conventions before. So if you're going to C2E2 and you have a box of old cards, you might want to bring it along. Who knows? Maybe you'll have one in there. Last thing that I wanted to bring up is my mentor, David Farland, who passed away. His estate is doing a short story collection with the money to benefit his endowment for helping new writers. And it has stories by people who have been mentored by Dave, and also, I believe, one of Dave's own stories. And it's on BackerKit. We like to highlight crowdfunding campaigns for books when they come up. And so it's called The Sum of All Writers, which is based around his first book in his epic fantasy series, The Sum of All Men. And so, it launches in 10 days. We will put the link in the description in case you're interested in supporting that. Otherwise, I will probably be gone for 4 weeks now because I'm on vacation, and then I need to go to Hollywood to do some Hollywood stuff, and then I am going to C2E2. And then there's like one other thing that we're doing. Writing retreat. Then I have a writing retreat somewhere in there. So basically, I'm gone all of April. We are going to try having other people fill in to record my weekly updates, people from the company. So please show them some love. I will send them information about how far I've progressed on things. And so they will also have the various updates for you. So if you don't see my glittery face for a little bit, it's just because I happen to be gone a lot of the Thursdays that we record these updates. And so off I will go. I'm going to enjoy a vacation for a week with my kids, and then I will dive back into working on Stormlight 5. Thank you, as always, for everything that you do.